watching SKST Radio.
All right.
Well. Welcome to an episode of SKST Radio. You tune in to the Cammie Grayson Show, and I'm Cammie Grayson, and that guy over there, he is known as P-Lo. Hey, P-Lo.
What's going on, Cammy?
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really good. Let me tell you something. That was one heck of an introduction. I love those graphics. This podcast you're doing is amazing. I always said it. I always thought you had. I think you have the best looking podcast on the internet. This is.
Oh,
I mean, it
wow.
looks really, really good. I really
Oh,
love it.
my headphones don't fit anymore because my head too big.
No, I'm being serious. I mean, that's an amazing podcast you have here. Really, really
Oh, well,
nice.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell the world who you are. Okay, so
Yeah.
this guy right here, he goes by the name of P-Lo. His real
P-Lo.
name is Elvin. But he is the owner and operator of Digital 262,
Mm-hmm.
and he's also the host for Elite Talk.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, this guy is awesome.
Oh,
He
thank you.
he's somebody you need to know, and we're gonna get you all the information to know who he is. So, Alvin, tell people who you are.
Well, my real name is Elvin. I go by P-Lo. That's actually a nickname that one of our cast members at the Elite Talk podcast gave me a few years ago. But like I said, my name is Elvin. I was born in Loiza, Puerto Rico. So I'm Puerto Rican. I really have. I mean, to make a long story short, I have a real passion for video and audio. I mean, when I say passion, I mean a real organic passion to do this. And so yeah, it's a little bit about me. I'm over 40 years old. I'm not going to give you my real age, but I'm over 40 years old. And but I've been doing this for a very, very long time. Let me give you a quick story, Cammy, of
Okay.
how this, because I think it's important for people to understand where my love for this came from. So when I was 14, Cammy, I was considered an at-risk person. I was
Okay.
getting into trouble a lot, hanging out with the wrong people. I was just at risk. I was really at risk to be in a different situation that I am in now. I met this gentleman by the name of Aaron Donsback, and that person changed my life. He was a college student at the UWM campus here in Milwaukee, and one day, God put us together. He asked me, "Hey, do you want to do an internship? Do you want to work for this company called MCM, which stands for Milwaukee Community Media?" And it was a nonprofit media company here in Milwaukee.
Hmm.
And so I started as an intern, unpaid intern. So I was the one that was always getting people's coffees, filling up their pens.
The grunt.
Yeah, I was a grunt, and it was a TV company. It was a TV broadcast company. So as I'm getting their coffee and putting the right amount of sugar in their cups, I'm looking around and I'm thinking, wow, this is really cool. I really like this. And I kept, doing the coffee thing, and I kept working my way up. And eventually I became a traffic control operator. And for those that don't know what that means, now that's the real grunt work when you work in broadcasting. So back then we used to use these really big tapes. We call them the VTRs. And
Yeah.
I used to be the person who would put the tapes in the slots, and this machine will come up and grab the tapes and put them in the VTR and play them, so that was the work I did for a while. And eventually I became a producer, and then became an executive producer, and then worked my way up, and it really became successful in doing that. But the point is that my love for the digital art grew from there. And let me tell you something, Cammy, that was the best time of my life, was working for a multimedia company. And that's where, I learned podcasting, I learned video editing, I learned audio editing, production, lighting, everything came from, that point of my life. It was amazing. It was great.
Wow. That is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I didn't even realize how similar we were. I did my internship at a radio station,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then I worked for a company called eWomen Network, and we
Mhm.
were a part of ABC.
Oh, yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, and so I did all that you were saying, but I ended up writing the actual scripts
Mm,
for the customers that came on.
yeah.
So like what we're doing now, asking people for their bios, I
Yeah.
would get their bios, and I would put it all in a script form so she could read it out, and I would do that every week. And you're talking 5 shows a
Yeah.
week.
Wow.
and so we would squeeze
Wow.
all that in the weekend,
That's
and
grueling.
so
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I'm producing, then I had my engineer, and so yeah, I mean, everything you say is like dead on.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah,
But you can kind of tell when that point of your life where everything you're doing now is just you can pinpoint it in your life when did that love start, and it just started there. And let me tell you something, Kevin. I know you feel the same way I do. This is something that you'll probably see yourself doing for the rest of your life. I see it. I definitely see myself doing this forever. I
yeah.
can't
Me
see
too.
myself
Me too.
stopping.
Me
Yeah.
too. Me
Yeah.
too. And I tell everybody, this is my fun thing.
Hmm.
It is amazing that God brought the right people in my life.
Yeah.
And I always talk about DJ T Nice. I mean, I met
Yeah.
him years ago, and we started doing Block Talk Radio. We've been doing this for a long time,
Yeah.
and I stopped, and we started back, and now look at, we
Yeah.
have our own studio now, and so it is amazing, how things go back in a circle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the passion, and a lady just said to me the other day, I guess she didn't realize I was going to another job, but she just
Mm.
say, congratulations, and I'm glad you're going to be able to do, what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
So I know she was talking about the podcast. So
Hmm.
I thought that was very special. And
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. So tell us, okay, so we understand now why you have your studio.
Hmm. Hmm.
So tell us why you have your podcast show.
All right. So the name of my company is called Digital 262. Digital 262 is more of a multimedia, professional audio, professional video production company. We do things like Last Will and Testament audio recordings. We do voiceover work. So that's really our meat and potatoes of the company. But we also do podcasting. So a couple guys that I work with and I'm really good with decided, you know what, let's kick it off with a program called Elite Talk. Let's just talk about subjects that men are too afraid to talk about. So I'm like, yeah, cool, let's do it. Let's try it out. And you know what? We just been doing that, and it's we haven't stopped. I mean, we're recording one show a week, and we started with just doing audio, and then we
Hmm.
gradually started doing video, and then
Hmm.
moving up the ladder there. But it's a podcast that we started about what we talked about it during the coronavirus, because when Corona happened, it shut down a lot in our lives. So during that time, we were thinking about how can we use our skills and bring our skills to life. So
Right.
the podcast was born, Digital 262 was born, and we're just having a lot of fun doing this, Cami. I mean,
Oh
it's a
well,
lot
I
of fun doing
absolutely
this.
love it. I
Hmm.
love how I met this guy. Just to give you a little startup, while we're doing our millions of shows,
Hmm.
I started like, you know what? I decided, I'm gonna go outside my bubble,
Yeah.
right? And start meeting new people.
Yeah.
And so I joined one of these podcasts, post your podcast thing. So went there and start looking, and I saw these guys, and I've always
Yeah.
wanted to do a show called Men Talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Men Talk was kind of going to be a spinoff of Real Talk, because we had Real Talk with Cammie Grayson forever. Then
Yeah.
we had Real Talk with Cammie Grayson and Friends. So I wanted to do Men Talk.
Hmm.
And so I saw these three guys with Elite here, and I'm going, let me see what they're talking about. So
Yeah.
I checked your show out and stuff, and then you had this little thing, if you would like to be on the show, leave a,
Yeah.
and I did that. I was like, you know what? Let me meet these guys. And
Yeah.
so that was how we got started and how we met,
Hmm.
and it was fun.
I'm
It was
really glad you
fun.
did. See, you said it yourself. God has a way of putting the right people in your life. And we're so glad that he put that link right in front of you and you communicated with us. Because now, business partners, we're gonna make it, Cammy. We're gonna be rich.
I love
But
it.
we're gonna make it because we both have that same passion and we don't want to stop. So I know this is there's a reason why God put us together. So this is good, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this leads.
I am too. I am too. I'm
Mhm.
so grateful that you guys embraced me.
Yeah.
I felt so comfortable and warm on your show, and I thought, wow, these three guys are just awesome, and I would
Yeah.
like to learn about them, and
Yeah.
and 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 we become a part of a team together.
Absolutely.
It takes
Absolutely.
a village, they always say, and it is always good to be able to say, hey, we got a brother company over in Wisconsin that
Mhm.
could probably help you guys out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, I thought that was just really, really cool.
Awesome. Awesome.
So let's tell us a little bit about your personal life here.
Well, my
So
personal life, yeah.
yeah,
What would
Just a
you like
little
to
bit.
know?
Just a little bit. Tell me your little background. You have a
Yeah.
wife. You had kids.
Well,
Tell us
yeah,
about it.
I am married. I have 6 children, Cammie. I have
Wow.
my oldest child is 24. That tells you right there how old I am. So,
Let me add this up. You said you was 40 something.
I'm 40 something. And my oldest is 24 and my youngest is 5.
Oh
And
wow.
so yeah, it's a big gap right there. And so yeah, it's I we work, me and the guys on the
Hmm.
podcast. We do work for the sheriff's department here in Racine, Wisconsin. And the reason we don't talk about it much in our podcast is because, obviously they have a very strict policy on social media,
Yes,
things like
absolutely.
that. But we're all 3 of us are in law enforcement. So we the my life consists of being home with my family and then being at our agency. And as a matter of fact, I spend more time with these 2 guys on our podcast than I do with my wife and my kids because we
Oh
work
wow.
so much. But my personal life consists of that. And then usually what happens is, since I do have Digital 262, I do maybe about 10 recordings a week, whether it's audio or video. We do have a lot of people that come from colleges that want to do voiceover work, animators that want to do voiceover work. So they use the studio and I engineer their audio. And then we have people that, weddings and bar mitzvahs, things like that, that we
Hmm.
do
Hmm.
professional video for. So that's kind of my side gig outside of corrections or outside of what we do. So that's basically my life, Cammie. This is work, family, podcasting.
There you go. There you go. Well, you
Yeah.
know what? It's good because eventually you'll be able to podcasting and family.
Yes. Yes.
Podcasting and family. We're
That's
going to
the end
speak that
game
into
right there. That's
existence.
the end game. Podcast and family. That's what we're working so hard for, Cammie,
Yeah,
to do that.
absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. Well, I
yeah.
tell you, so tell us about a little bit about the studio. What does the studio offer?
Okay, so Digital 262 in our studio, we have a small impact studio. So in this studio, it's about maybe a 15 by 15 space, and we have 6 cameras all together. We do have audio mics. Anything that you want to do, you can do in the studio. Whether it's just audio only, podcasting, voiceover, if you want to do video, green screen, anything you like to do, we can accommodate in the studio. We're currently working on building a bigger studio. Hopefully by the end of the year, we'll have a couple more studios. But for right now, this studio is what we have right now, and it's multi-function studio. We do
Mhm.
everything in the studio. But it's big enough for us to do what we need to do. But obviously, the bigger you get, the more clientele you get, the bigger space. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
need more space. So that's what we're working at now. But yeah, our studio offers anything you want. We make it happen in the studio. And if we can't make it happen, somehow we'll make it happen. But we'll
I
make it
like that
happen somehow.
attitude.
Yeah, we'll make it happen somehow. If we have to move furniture, or we have to move equipment, we will make it happen in the studio.
That sounds so familiar. Hmm.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
but I branded mine. You could customize our studio to suit your needs.
Yeah.
There you go.
Our studio is not very customizable, but we will customize it to fit your need. But trust me, it's not easy to move this studio. It's the equipment is heavy, and when you first start doing this, you have a mindset of how you want things to roll. But then when you
Hmm.
have clientele, obviously you would know that you have clientele that says, you know what, I don't like that. I want to change that. I want to change that. Like, you sure you want to do that? Yeah, I want to change that. Fine, I'll change it because you want to keep their business.
Yeah.
So we find ourselves moving the studio around a few times. It's not easy, but we try to please our customers.
Oh man, let me tell you, they took Studio B, in which I bought furniture just for Studio B.
Yeah.
They took Studio B and took all of my furniture and added to the reception area and
Oh,
made that studio a green room. I
really?
hated it. I hated it. Now I love it.
Sometimes I feel it's better to just have a studio with nothing in it. And when the customer comes in, they say, just tell me what you want to see. What's your vision? And then I'll
Yeah,
make it happen. Because it seems
yeah,
like it's easier. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But eh,
yeah. I cried though. I mean, I was fighting that road of resistance. It's like, you know.
I'll bet.
But
I'll
now
bet.
everybody loves that studio. It's like, okay,
I
well
saw the
now,
pictures of your studio, Cami. It is awesome. I really love your studio.
well, thank you. DJ T Nice did all that work.
Oh, yeah.
He,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
It's,
he
it's
he
really
comes
cool.
all the way from Texas to upgrade it and make it good. In fact,
Yeah.
he's going to be coming in next week.
Yeah.
to upgrade it a little bit more and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's a
owe
really
that
cool
all
looking
to him.
studio. Oh yeah, I really love your studio. It was
Well,
really cool.
thank
So
you.
one of these days, like I said, we've talked about this before. One of these days, we are going to visit you, and we're going to take control of one of those studios. One of those studios is going to be ours, because
Okay,
I love the one when you have all your screens. You have a couple. I think you have a couple screens, right? A couple
that's
TVs on there.
Studio B.
That Studio B. That's the one I fell in love with.
Okay.
I always wanted that. I always wanted to put have a bunch of TVs in the studio. Just make it look very matrixy.
Yeah.
But that's the studio I love.
Well,
So
that's Studio B. Now
yeah.
it's all green room, and
Okay.
we're hoping to get a space, another space to blow that whole room,
Mm,
so it is available for. We have a photographer guy that's kind of on site now, and
yeah.
so it could be like you said, a multifunctioning room
Hmm. Hmm.
for everybody. It fits for everyone. So
Yeah, yeah. I love that room. You guys are doing a great job. I love it.
well, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Well, so tell people, okay, so you have these fantastic graphics.
Hmm.
That's what I love about what you do.
Yeah.
Your show is so clean, and your intro is so classic to me. And then the shorts, I even love
No,
the
thank
the
you.
the shorts.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's what I was like, no, I need that too. And so tell people, I'm recommending you to do the editing, and this is
Hmm.
something you love doing.
Oh
So tell
yeah.
people about that.
So the editing came about. I've been doing editing since I was 14 years old, using the old linear editing system, the old Amiga system. I started editing videos back when editing wasn't a thing. Only the pros did it. So I did it in Channel 14 when I worked there. So I fell in love with editing. I do it almost every day. So I use various programs to make a video come to life. And I use all digital. I only use the high quality formats. So it's I don't know what more to say about that. It's just something that I'm really passionate about, and I spend a lot of time editing videos and using the various pieces of software and hardware to get your video going. And don't get me wrong, Cami, editing videos, and I know you do your thing live. Editing video could be the most, let me tell you something. It teaches you patience, because
Mhm.
I tell the guys sometimes when we're doing our podcast and they want to go for an hour, I have to remind them, it's like, hey, for every minute of video that we record, it takes 5 minutes to edit. And so when I tell them that, like, oh, okay, let's keep it short. So editing is something that takes a very long time, but the end results, if you really invest some time into it, the end
Mhm.
result, it's you have a beautiful project.
Yeah.
And that's my passion. That's what I love to do. So I edit every day. If you guys have a video that you want edited, you want some graphics included, some special effects, whatever you visually want to see, yeah, we can make that happen
You're
for
the
you.
guy that
Absolutely.
make it happen.
I can make it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So tell people how to get in contact with you.
Okay, so you can find me on Facebook. Just search for Digital 262. So digital, the number two, the number six, the number two. Hey, Cammy, I bet you don't even know what 262 means or stand for. Do you know what 262 is?
I know. What is it?
It is our area code here in Racine, Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
So
You
digital
know what?
262.
I Googled Digital 262, and a lot of
Yeah,
stuff came up though.
a lot of videos. What came
Not
up?
yeah, well, not videos, but a lot of different companies and stuff came up.
Well, yeah, those are actually me. So I was going to get to that. So we have the Facebook Digital 262. You can find us on YouTube Digital 262, but the most important one is our website. You can go to our website at www.digital262.com, and there you can find samples of our videos and then other productions that we do. Uh, the website is not really designed for selling our product. It's kind of a portfolio
Yeah.
of our projects. But there's contact information on there. If you like what you see, and you want to see your videos come to life like that, you can always contact me through the website, and I'll be more than happy to help. More than happy to
Right,
help.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
And what people don't know is we just started our own Facebook share page. So
Yes.
we got Digital 262, we got Street
Hmm.
Grind Entertainment, we got SKST, we're getting
Hmm.
ready to put Beats by Bro up, we're getting ready to put up the twins,
Yeah.
the most hated twins. I think I
Yeah.
got that right. We're getting ready to put all those different groups that's wanting to get the word out and want to network with us, because we got a whole bunch of cool things that's coming down the
Yeah.
pipeline with this partnership,
Hmm.
and we're excited. We're excited to share with you guys. So
Yeah.
just know that you can find either of us through either of us.
Yes.
Does that
Yeah.
make sense, right?
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, so if someone's interested in, if you're in this area and you're interested in hosting your own podcast, most definitely come here.
Hmm.
We're here. We're virtual, so we can help you. If you just want to learn how to do your podcast,
Hmm.
we are educating you how to do your own podcast. We're giving you the tools that you need to succeed.
Yeah.
We're helping with marketing. We're helping with this man right here with your graphics and with your videos right here.
I'm the
And
man.
then, and also, wait a minute, this is what people don't know about him. He didn't even say anything. He does photography.
Mm. Yeah. A little bit of everything.
Yep.
A little bit of
And he
everything.
also has done a movie. He had a little,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
How did you know about that?
Don't worry about
Oh,
it. I'm big sis. I know everything. I'm learning
that's
everything.
the movie. The movie. You know what? I forgot about that, but yeah, it was a movie. That was back in the time where I was learning all this. Yeah, we did it. We did a movie.
There
Yeah.
you go. So he has the
Yeah.
experience and the
Yeah.
know-how to make it happen. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. So, is
So
there anything else we need to know? Give us some words of wisdom, well, for someone that's trying to do what you do right now.
I mean, the only thing I can tell you is if there's an old saying that if you love what you do, you never have to work a day in your life. And that's what we strive for doing this. We love doing this. And for anybody who wants to get involved, it's never too late to do this. I know people that are, 70 years old that are still engineering audio, that are still doing video. You're never too old to learn technology. This technology is so fun. I mean, it's great. You can make good money doing it. And it is just a great lifestyle. It's a great hobby, keeps you busy, keeps you sharp. So my advice to anybody who wants to get into these arts is just simply do it. Just do it. It's just great. We're here for you. We're here, SKST, Digital 262, Street Grind, all of our partners. We're doing this for you. We want to help you succeed in this venture that you have going. So by all means, hit us up. Hit
There
us
you go.
up. We want to help you. That's our passion, is to help you do this.
Absolutely.
Because we're living in an age now, Cammy, I know you can attest to this, that people don't want to help each other. We love helping people. That's what we strive for, is to help you
Yeah. Don't
succeed.
steal it. Just ask. We're happy
Exactly.
to help you.
Exactly. We will give it to you.
We will give it to you. Just let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, Elvin, thank you so much for being on the show. I'm sorry, P-Lo. Thank you so much for
P-Lo.
being on the show.
You're welcome, Kevin. I've always wanted to be on your podcast. Always wanted to be on your podcast. And look at that. I'm on your
Any
podcast. I feel like I made it.
anytime.
I feel like I made it. I have nothing more to live for. I made it to the
Oh
Cammy
my
Grayson show.
gosh. Look, my earphones don't fit
I'm good.
anymore.
I'm good. I'm done. This is the pinnacle of my life right here. Done.
We love you, boy. Get out of here. All right, guys. Until tomorrow, we'll be interviewing the other two of the other two partners of this
Yeah,
guy
my
here.
partners in crime.
Yeah, partners in
Yeah.
crime. And we'll be talking about our brothers. I always say I'm the sister, our brother
Mhm.
studios, and you get to learn the other two guys for Elite. I love it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Thank you. It's
Until
been a
tomorrow,
pleasure.
guys. Have a good one.
Thank you, Cammy.